Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming out today, sitting in the session. So if you're familiar with Veeam, you know that we provide backup and replication for virtual environments. But you might not know that within the Veeam data platform, we have a monitoring and reporting tool that not only monitors your backup environment, but also your virtual environment. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about today, and that tool is called Veeam ONE. So businesses today are facing some challenges. They are unsure if their backups are finishing successfully. Maybe they're missing their SLAs. They're experiencing issues with machines in their environment. Maybe they aren't running efficiently. They're running out of resources. Maybe they're over-provisioned or under-provisioned. They're running out of storage space. They're worried about security. Everybody's worried about security, making sure that their data is protected, making sure they're keeping unauthorized access out. And machines are not running effectively. So to help with these challenges, we're introducing Veeam ONE. So Veeam ONE is going to provide that visibility into your environment so that you can fix these issues and make sure that your data center is running optimally. So Veeam ONE provides day one visibility. You can monitor resource usage for your virtual machines. You can see in this view here, you can see how much provision space has been assigned to that virtual machine, how much use space it is using, and the CPU and memory usage. So you can adjust the resources where necessary. So if machine isn't utilizing all the CPU that you've assigned to it, you can reclaim some of those resources and assign it to a machine that might not be operating at the level that it needs to be operating at. So within this view, you can see the infrastructure objects, see your virtual machines, and really understand how they're utilizing their resources as well. It provides remote management. So within Veeam ONE, you can actually connect to the virtual machine itself. So if a virtual machine is unresponsive, you can come into Veeam ONE, you can reboot that virtual machine so you have access to it. Maybe you want to, maybe you're in Veeam ONE, you're looking around, and you want to make sure a machine has a certain process or service running. You can actually go into Veeam ONE and make sure that process and service is running. You can restart that service as well. So really providing you a little bit more management to your virtual machine. So it's not just monitoring, you can also manage those machines within Veeam ONE as well. You can monitor for suspicious activity. So when it comes to ransomware, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Veeam ONE is going to give you that visibility to monitor how your resources are being consumed by the machines. So if something were to spike in CPU or maybe data store write rate, network write rate, you're going to be able to identify that in real time and say, hey, I need to take a look at this machine, take a little deeper look, and make sure malware or ransomware hasn't been installed on that machine. So really allowing you to understand where your machines currently operate, so when that abnormal activity does occur, you can mitigate those issues. Alarms out of the box that help with that, and that is the possible ransomware activity alarm and also the suspicious incremental backup size alarm. Both of those look at the change rate on the virtual machine. So I mentioned about the CPU usage, the data store write rate, the network write rate. So that's going to be where the possible ransomware activity alarm comes in, monitoring those resources. The suspicious incremental backup size is actually going to look at the backup itself, and if that backup size has grown a lot, it's going to say, hey, maybe something has been installed on that machine. Maybe you need to take a deeper look at it and make sure that it isn't malware or ransomware. We hear a lot about immutability today, making sure that you have immutability configured so so that data is not changed or deleted. So we have immutability alarms within Veeam ONE, making sure that it's configured and that the immutability period hasn't been changed. So there's some additional tools you can use as well. So you can build alarms within Veeam ONE. So you can build an alarm, for example, if a service has started on a virtual machine. So an alarm, if a new service has started, I want this alarm to be triggered, and I want to know why that service has been started. So you can take a deeper look at that as well. So now that I mentioned some of the security alarms, there's actually 300 pre-built alarms within Veeam ONE, and these are based on industry benchmarks. So all the alarms come predefined based on best practices, but what's really great about the alarms is that you have the ability to edit them and adjust them to fit your machines as needed. So every machine is different, every application might be running differently in your data center. So you can come into the alarm, you can say, okay, well this machine is normally operating at 75% CPU usage. I'm going to adjust this alarm so it notifies me that when it's operating at 98% CPU usage or something like that, for example. What's great about alarms as well is that you can actually set automated remediation actions for alarms. Some of the alarms have predefined actions available to them. For example, you hear a lot about snapshots, orphan snapshots, consuming valuable storage space. One of the alarms, the orphan snapshot alarm, you can predefine an action to say, hey, automatically delete this snapshot if it's detected and it's orphaned. So really helping you remediate issues in real time. If there's not a predefined action available for you, you can write a custom script and attach it to that alarm to run when that alarm is triggered. And it can be manual or automatic. So if you want it to automatically happen, you can do it that way. Or if you want to say, I want a little bit more control, you can manually approve that action as well. You can also scope alarms based on machines. So if you have a machine that you want to make sure that has these alarms assigned to it, you can scope that alarm to be assigned to that machine so it's triggered on when that machine is experiencing that issue. We also have reporting tools available to you. So not only does Veeam ONE have a vast amount of alarms that you can utilize to fix issues in real time, you also gain reports to help analyze historical data and making sure that you're making better business decisions for your environment. So reports are available for VMware vSphere, Veeam Backup and Replication, and Veeam Backup for Microsoft 365 servers if you are using that in your environment, as well as Microsoft Hyper-V. So some of these reports are going to show you configuration overview. So in this example here, this is a virtual machine configuration report. And this is going to tell me, what guest OS my machines are operating. If my virtual machines are powered on, the resources assigned to those machines. So if you're coming into an environment, maybe it's a new environment, you don't really know how the machines are configured, you can run this report and really gain that insight that you need for your business. You can also use reports to help optimize performance and resource utilization. So, making sure that your machines have enough CPU assigned, enough memory assigned, and being able to make sure they're operating at a level that you need them to operate on for your employees and for your customers. You can track changes. So within, if you have a big team of IT professionals, maybe you have a lot of backup administrators helping you, and they're in there making changes, you can run reports that will tell you, hey, these are the changes that happened today, and you can make sure that those changes were intentional and weren't something that they weren't supposed to be changing in the first place. Ensure backup success, so making sure that you're meeting your recovery point objectives for your organization. And if you aren't meeting those objectives, you can make sure that you're reconfiguring your jobs, you're adding your virtual machines to those jobs, and making sure that they're protected. And then lastly, you can view performance statistics. So just seeing how your environment is operating, seeing that historical data so that you can make better decisions for capacity planning. Maybe you need to add more virtual machines, making sure that you're utilizing the resources that you have and getting the most out of your investments. So all in all, Veeam ONE provides monitoring and visibility for VMware admins. It provides that day one visibility, being able to add in your virtual environment, see where the issues are so you can fix them before downtime or any type of operational impact. You get platform analysis through dashboards and reports, so being able to analyze historical trends and historical data to make better business decisions. And then you have the alarm lifecycle management, so really seeing an issue occur, getting the remediation, how you fix that issue, and then fixing the issue so that you have a healthy environment. And that is all I have today. So thank you. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to meet me over here on the side.